Network. Dr. Ruth Anderson and Teri Angel here for a meditation a day. Today we are doing meditation excavation. That's where Teri and I meditate together right here, and we invite you to meditate right along with us. Then we'll just share with you what Spirit is sharing with us as we go. Teri's having some funky technical issues today, so if she drops off, she's going to come back on, and we'll just keep an eye out for that. Teri, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Ruth, and good morning, everyone.
All right, friends, let's just go in. And of course, our intention on meditating together is to be reminded of our oneness in connection with God, with the Creator. So that's our intention. So please join us. So let's just close our eyes. We're just going to take a couple of breaths just to slow down our thinking and slow down our breathing. We're going to open our hearts. And just for a moment, just think about the Creator, whether you call it God or Source. And imagine yourself already one with the Creator. And to see if that doesn't shift your thinking, your heart space already just a little bit. Hey, Teri, let's shake things up a little bit here this morning. Would you ground us and then ask in the spiritual divinity?
Absolutely. It really feels like we need that right now. So let's breathe into our heart center. The breath is the connection. So as you breathe it in, see it coming in as a golden stream of light, coming right to your heart and traveling downward through your body, going through all the chakra systems and then down at the bottom of your feet. See an opening as it comes out of the bottom of your feet, and let that golden light go down into the earth, right to the center of Mama Gaia, where all of those crystalline energies are. Connect in with the crystal right now. Just gather all of your energy and let it be blessed by the earth, grounding and balancing, centering you. And just stay there for a moment, seeing if there's maybe a crystal that's talking to you, one that's helping you. I'm feeling a beautiful pink quartz. I've been feeling that pink quartz all morning. And I'm just going to bring mine back up. So just breathe in, breathe that energy from the center of Earth, and let it fill your entire body as it comes back up through the bottom of your feet, back through the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, and anchor it into your heart. Feel the warmth of that as you become more balanced and strong in who you are. And with your next breath in, let's go upward. So going up, raising up, you can even raise your arms up if you want to bring that energy field upward, and inviting in all of the divinity to be here surrounding us, inviting our beautiful archangels, invoking the energy of Raphael, of Michael, Gabriel, and Uriel, And feel that energy swirling around you as we call in also our divinity, Christ being right in the center, Divine Mother, and God the Creator, any ascended masters, any other angels and loved ones in spirit, we welcome you in today. Just surround us and lift us in a powerful way that we can connect in and feel the love in our heart. Bring your hands to your heart and just feel all of that groundedness, centeredness, and all the divinity, helping us to be who we are and to stand in our divine authenticity. Feel yourself more empowered. And focus on that energy as we go into this meditation time together. Just allow yourself to breathe it in and breathe it back out. I feel like I've had a warm hug, Ruth.
And that's beautiful.
Yeah. I really feel the presence of Christ with us today. It's been so strong in the last few days. And as I sit here in this place that's designated as a sanctuary in the home I'm in, I feel like Christ just wants to be present with us right now.
So Teri and I just spent a couple of days at an alpaca farm in Colorado. And Teri, they're taking me back out to the ranch, to the farmland.
Mm-hmm.
And the bright green of the grass early morning, the beautiful sun shining in, and it's that newness of spring.
Well, not only that, but this is the new moon. So everything's focused right now on change and bringing in new and fresh energy, what can be, and staying in the isness of each moment. Even the angels wrote about that last night. Stay in what is and not what was.
Yeah, that's a great one.
I see the two mamas. I don't know if they've given birth yet, but they're expected to any moment. And I feel newness with them too. So I'm thinking that it might be their time to give birth.
This alpaca farm was sprawling. It's very large. I don't know how many alpacas they had there, maybe 50, I don't know. But the animals had so much land just to roam on, and it was beautiful with the mountains on one side, and the sky was so blue against the green. It was just a stunning, calming sight, and that's where the energy is this morning. The words I'm hearing, the renewal of spring and the promise of tomorrow, renewal of spring and the promise of tomorrow.
And it feels different today. It feels like there's been that shift of energy to be brighter.
Right.
Yeah, yesterday was very foggy, cold, just a daunting looking day. And today the sun's out and the sky's bright. Little rabbits are hopping around. So it feels like spring.
I'm hearing Christ and his words come to me as a child. Do you remember those words, Teri?
I do.
There's a new little puppy in our lives, and watching this puppy, Charlie, she's about 8.5 weeks old, and she bounces as she runs in the yard, just having a delightful time. And that's the playful energy that, excuse me, that I'm feeling. And the younger alpacas, when they saw us coming up, they kind of bounced as they walked up to us. It's that fun, lighthearted, playful, childlike energy that Christ is welcoming us to come to him as.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I was sharing with you yesterday, Ruth. The wind was so high, and I was looking across the field where there are some baby calves, and they were just out playing in the wind. They were bouncing along, and it was like the wind was picking them up as they were jumping through the field. So it's that kind of energy right now that's everywhere around us. And we can be that. We can be that youthful, that delighted energy as we come to Christ, as we invoke his energy to help us through each day and each moment of each day.
Cool.
I'm hearing that spring and the renewal of the plants every year. And I think the sun, the moon too, the cycles of the moon is there for our renewal. Terry, I'm getting that there's a part of this. It's about the cycles in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's watching a relationship slow down and go through a quiet time, or sometimes it's our own health that takes us through a slowdown and a quiet time of rebuilding. Sometimes it's the birth of a new baby in the family, bringing in new life.
Right. Yeah, change is the one thing we can count on. Everything changes, and we can either respond to that in a positive way, looking forward, or we can resist it. But it's the perspective that we look at it with that's going to determine our experience.
Right. It's like the seasons of planting seeds and seeds coming up in the spring and the harvest and then going back into the earth. There's no right or wrong. Sometimes I think we shame ourselves or judge ourselves if we're having a quiet, fallow time. If you think about the seeds and the plant life, there is no shaming any of those parts of the cycle. Not sure why we do it to ourselves.
Right. Yeah, and even if a seed doesn't come to fruition, there's no judgment about it. Sometimes that's just what happens. So it's not that there's anything that was done wrong. And that's what we need to look at when things aren't working the way we think they should be working. We didn't do anything wrong. It's just the way it is.
Yep.
Yeah, it was interesting, the message that the angels gave last night. And they were saying accidents happen. And it's not that it's anybody's fault. Sometimes things just happen. But we have that tendency sometimes to beat ourselves up and to do the what ifs and the regrets. But Christ says, no regrets. Don't look back. Deal with everything going forward from this moment.
Just heard the word acceptance. And Teri, can you talk about accept, align, allow for just a minute?
Yes, absolutely. I live by it every day. Accepting who we are, accepting that we are a spirit being. And sometimes we forget that in our human experience. So accepting whatever is coming our way and approaching it from the fact that we are spirit, but we are human also, and allowing the experiences that are happening to be teachers, for each moment to be a teaching moment. So when we accept ourselves, align with our higher beings, our higher self, our support, Christ, the divinity, and then things flow in a smoother way. We are not resisting. It's like trying to move upstream against the current. If we're constantly fighting that battle and trying to make things work in a way that we're trying to force them to, it's going to be difficult. But if we turn and go downstream with the flow, that's really what it's all about. It's getting into alignment so that everything flows beautifully and you start to look at things in a different way and not see it as happening to you, but being there for the experience of it. It's just a beautiful way to look at life. And when we adopt that for ourselves, if we can always remember to turn to that, to the what a friend of ours calls the triple A, accept, align, and allow things to work for us in our life. And I just went through that a couple of days ago, Ruth. You remember I was talking about how everything seemed to fall apart. I was dropping things and spilling things, and technology wasn't working right. And it was when I finally said, okay, let me just look at this as not something I'm doing wrong or something happening to me, but let me step away and say, there are things that are out of our control. And when we try to fix the things that we can't fix, we start getting frustrated instead of going into what we can do. And what we can do is control our own emotions, our own responses to the things that are happening. That's getting into alignment and staying in that flow energy. And that's where I want to stay. I want to stay in the flow. Everything else just makes it more difficult to be here.
What I'm seeing, Teri, is just a mirror. And just think about yourself today, looking at the mirror sometimes. And if you are in resistance to anything, the weather, the news, the politics, the price of groceries, how your child is behaving, anything, just catch yourself in that moment of resistance and just think, how can I just allow this? How can I just accept this for the moment? And see if it doesn't help shift things. Shift your perspective, shift your breathing, shift your ability to just love a little bit more.
I love that. Yeah, Abraham calls that pivoting. When you have that moment of awareness that you are caught up in the chaos, to just pivot around and say, how can I make this a better experience? How can I reach for a better feeling thought? Instead of, like I was saying, instead of everything's happening to me, look at it as it's just happening. And now what can I do? What do I have control over?
If you all can envision this ranch-like setting with the spring energy, Christ energy, the joy, the love, that's the place to come back to. If you can feel it, come on back here. Teri, your words about stay in what is and not what was. What is right now is this springtime energy with Christ in the field. That's what is right now.
Yeah, I'm just looking out the window and the leaves are gently blowing. And it's been pretty tumultuous with the wind here. But now I'm looking at what is, which is a beautiful spring day outside. And the gentleness of that. That's how spring is sometimes when we look at it. It's just a gentle calmness. And maybe winter where you were was harsh. And this is the change. Everything changes. Yeah, I think the message today is about newness, freshness, a new perspective, acceptance.
Terry, they're reminding me, I don't know if you've ever seen some of the TVs that you can get now. You can set it on a particular view. So it'll be like a fireplace burning all day long on your TV. So you just look at it and you think you've got your own fireplace. And what they're showing me is to set your TV in your brain or a wall in your house and have some kind of spring-like setting on that TV or on your wall all day long, just to keep reminding you and to keep putting you back into that spring-like energy, just to remind you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the sweet kitty that I'm here with right now. She has this big window that she's looking out, just watching the world. So we can all do that. We can just have that big window to the world and see whatever we want to see and see the gentleness, or we can see the chaos. It's our choice. The choice we make every moment.
Harry, are you getting that there's anything else for us today?
I think just being aware, that's a big message. Be aware of where's your attention going and how are you responding to those things that are showing up in your life. We have the choice every moment to respond in a positive way, or we can go into victimhood and see things happening to us. So today, choose to see things happening and don't judge it. Just let it be. Just allow, accept, align, allow, and be in that newness and that freshness of a new attitude. Yeah, and that's all I'm getting from them right now.
Yeah.
Just be blessed. Just be blessed. Stay in your hearts.
Attitude check today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Teri. Thanks, friends, for being here. So glad to have you with us here at Enlightened World Network. And just you're welcome anytime. There's a meditation every single day of the year. So please stay tuned with us. Take good care. God bless. We'll see you all soon. Bye now.
Bye.